Hey guys, my name is James Walsh, and you are listening to the Wrestling Epicenter here on YouTube. I want to thank you for finding us. Please do me a favor and click that subscribe button and the notifications bell. And if you get the chance on this video, click the like button. If you do, it'll turn blue. Check it out. Also, check out WrestlingEpicenter.com for all this great content available in MP3 format, our online store that'll keep us going free and clear, daily news updates, as well as all the information from the history of professional wrestling you could possibly ever want. Check out WrestlingEpicenter.com online right now. Without any delay, let's get to your interview here on the Wrestling Epicenter.
August 26th, 27th, and 28th. Suburban Philadelphia, if you will. It is going to be one of the greatest wrestling events in all of professional wrestling. It is the second annual Wrestle Reunion, and I'm telling you, there are some names that you are not going to believe. For example, Nick Bockwinkel, Dusty Rhodes, the Hitman Bret Hart, Wendy Richter, Bobby Heenan, Jimmy Hart. The original Midnight Express is going to take on Terry and Dory Funk and Mick Foley. Diamond Dallas Page is going to be there. And this really is all in tribute to, well, the man that many regard as the one true heavyweight wrestling champion of all time, the Abruzzi strong boy, Bruno Sammartino. And there is somebody who, I don't want to say takes exception to the accolades that are heaped upon Bruno, but for some reason, you just can't get over the hump on this guy, the living legend himself, the icon killer, Larry Zbyszko. How you doing, Larry?
You know, I like that, Lee, the icon killer.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm good. Life is great in Larry land, but, you know, even the way you talk about, you know, Bruno and that, it's always Bruno and Larry. It should be Larry and Bruno.
You know, I talked to Bruno for about 20 minutes, and in our conversation, he was actually very kind in speaking about Larry Zbyszko. The fact that you were probably the greatest high school wrestler in the history of Pennsylvania. You distinguished yourself at the high school that throughout the world is regarded as the greatest wrestling program. Then you distinguished yourself at Penn State as a collegiate All-American and as a professional wrestler. And I've figured this out, Larry. You and I have known each other a long time. I cannot think of a professional wrestler that has held more world belts than you. Why is it then that you're just not happy with those accolades? Why do you have to put that little snarl in your voice every time Bruno Sammartino's name is mentioned?
Well, you know what? I don't believe it's completely unfair of me, Lee. I mean, because of all the things you just mentioned.
Yes.
You know, I should be recognized, and it's probably the fault of the promoters more than anything, because Larry Zbyszko was a name that always petrified them. I wouldn't kiss their butt.
Right.
I would outshine all of their favorites.
All of that is true.
And so, you know, when they talk about wrestling history, they should say Larry and Bruno and, you know, Bockwinkel and Gunn. You know, I should be right up there. But it's always, you know, Bockwinkel, Bruno, Verna, and Larry. And it's like, let's get this thing straight. I tried to straighten this out once 25 glorious years ago with Bruno and Shea Stadium, and it just looks like we're just going to have to complete it here. And when I'm done with them, I am going to be up there where they say Larry and then, you know, Bockwinkel and Bruno and blah, blah, blah.
I think there are a lot of people that are willing to validate you on that level. I certainly am. I mean, come on, like I said, and I really did the math on this, Larry.
Oh, I know. I mean, I'm not saying everybody's ignorant, but I'm just saying we're clarifying the record and making it crystal clear to everybody out there.
Describe what happened 25 years ago, and allow me to set the scene a little bit. 25 years ago, Larry Zbyszko and Bruno Sammartino met at Shea Stadium, New York, the single largest wrestling event in the history of the sport. At that time, not only got together, but got in, as we say, within the confines of the steel cage, really to kind of do the teacher versus student bit. And your position always was that you, as the student, taught the teacher one heck of a lesson that day at Shea Stadium.
Well, you know what? That's the popular consensus of the fans. But you know, Bruno's too stubborn to teach anything to, and it wasn't to teach Bruno anything.
Yeah.
You know, he was the master. It was to teach the fans. It was to teach the fans that Larry Zbyszko was just as great as his mentor, Bruno Sammartino. And not just the fans, the promoters, especially at that time, the dreaded McMahons.
Oh, yeah.
McMahons didn't believe in that situation at the time. They didn't believe Larry Zbyszko was near that great. They were running around looking for some 6'6" tall, bald, ugly brute.
Yeah, I got it. I understand what you're saying. Well, the fact of the matter is, Larry, you can't rewrite history. The legend of Larry Zbyszko, if you will, is crystal clear to anybody that wants to look it up. It sounds like the axe you've got to grind is really with, some of the promoters over the years.
Well, promoters and the media, the fans, they sit there and watch. So it's what the promoters and the media pumps out there. And, Bruno was a tool years ago, and it's unfortunate that Bruno got so bitter over the years.
Yeah.
That's just the way he is. But we're just going to have to, we're going to crystal clear this whole situation here at the end of August. And you know what? It's really an ironic thing. 25 glorious year anniversary.
Yeah.
That's, it kind of gives me goosebumps.
Now, I want to clarify something. You're not thinking about actually getting in the ring and having a rematch with Bruno Sammartino 25 years after the Shea Stadium event, are you?
No, I wouldn't say that. But what about this time in Dallas?
What are you saying? What are you saying, Larry?
Well, what I'm saying is, Bruno's not stupid. I mean, my God, he's 69, 70 years old.
Yeah, and looks great, by the way.
Well, he does. He looks great.
Yeah.
But human, nature is nature. I mean, I could put Bruno over my knee and give him a spanking.
Okay. All right. So what's the deal then with Diamond Dallas Page? I don't quite understand how he mixes into the gumbo.
Dallas Page, now here's a guy, 50 years old, and no one wants to use him. He thinks he's a super duper star. So now he, sees an opportunity to jump in the glory of this wrestling history and capitalize on it. Let me tell you something, Lee.
Yes.
I've been taking Morphoplex now for 5 months, brother. I could kick Bockwinkel's, Diamond Dallas Page's, anybody else they got at Wrestle Reunion. At the same time, I put Bruno over my knee and give him a spanking.
Now, Bockwinkel is interesting, too, because in the same breath, if I may, you always say, I'm Larry Zbyszko, I'm the living legend, I'm the icon killer, I'm the guy that retired Bruno Sammartino, I'm the guy that retired Nick Bockwinkel. Coincidentally, both Bockwinkel and Bruno are going to be at the August 26th, 27th, 28th event.
Well, I heard that, and that's why I said what I did, just to send out the little shock wave to old Tricky Nicky that if he sticks his nose in my business again, I may pull out the pair of nunchucks.
Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Yeah, Bockwinkel's still wearing the scars from that.
Oh, yeah, I gave him a couple.
Yeah. You mentioned, what's the supplement you're taking?
Oh, Morphoplex, brother.
What is
this
that?
This stuff's just coming on the market.
What is that, Larry?
And, well, in terms of energy and stamina and strength and lean muscle mass, it's got a natural supplement with no toxins, Lee.
Wow.
And I put on about 11, 12 pounds. I mean, of solid lean stuff. It enhances your natural testosterone or estrogen. It's tremendous stuff.
I'd like to try it.
Yeah. At your age, you should.
You think? At my age, I'm willing to try just about anything anymore.
Hey, really take it. Your joints will feel great. You feel like you're 20 years younger.
Well, that really is what. I'd do that. I would do that. I'll check it out. I want everybody else to check out.
LarryZbyszko.com.
Oh, okay. I was going to give another email address too, but for what we were talking about, and this wasn't intended to be a commercial, believe me. But what the heck? If it works, it works.
Oh, it's great.
So LarryZbyszko.com.
Yeah.
For that.
Or Morphoplex.com.
Okay. And then as far as Wrestle Reunion, you can go to WrestleReunion.com and get all the information in that. And actually they have, I don't know if you've seen this, Larry, but there's a video interview with you. You look great, by the way. And
I feel great. I mean, I've been working out. I've been lucky in my career with injuries, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, these guys, Diamond Dallas and Nick. I mean, Bruno. Believe me, I wish we could go back in time and give the fans the Bruno and Larry from 1980, just like people wish so-and-so could go back and box Muhammad Ali and 75. But I mean, it just ain't going to happen. Bruno just can't handle it. But we're going to crystallize this. That Larry Zbyszko is going to be immortalized just as great as anybody else who deserves to be great.
See, now this is where you and I come to cross purposes, because I'm of the opinion that everything you've accomplished and your reputation is above reproach. Personally, and it has nothing to do with the fact that we're friends. And I don't think you've got anything to prove to anybody, Larry. Quite honestly, your record speaks for itself. It's one of the most stellar records in the history of professional wrestling.
Well, that's because you're knowledgeable. We're just going to make sure the world's knowledgeable now.
You mentioned Muhammad Ali, and that kind of in a lopsided way reminds me of the relationship you have with Bruno. It's often been said that Muhammad Ali and Howard Cosell really put each other over. That Ali would not have had certainly the acclaim that he had were it not for Cosell, and vice versa. But they had respect for each other. I'm wondering if the same isn't true between you and Bruno Sammartino. Were it not for I don't know that Bruno would have reached the reputation that he enjoys, and vice versa. In fact, you got in there, you mixed it up with Bruno, and your reputation is sound. You really kind of owe each other a debt of gratitude, maybe.
Well, I'll always have respect for the man. I mean, he'll always be my hero. He was my hero when I was a kid. Yeah. And I think that's the part that hurts me the most, because Bruno should understand, because he's the one that taught me that the conflict we had had to happen for me to become the beautiful butterfly out of the cocoon in my career that he taught me. But now here's a guy that got so bitter and stubborn that even a few years after this, he would never talk to me. He would never help me out. He would never call the McMahons and say, hey, I'm in here with my kid David,
he pushed him pretty good.
He just abandoned me, stabbed me in the back in his own kind of revenge kind of way, and even at the last Wrestle reunion after 20-some years go by, he snubbed me, wouldn't acknowledge me, and here's the guy. That's why we just time to return the grudge.
Bruno's position on that, and I asked him about it too, Larry, was that there was so much going on, so many people were there, and that all of his attention should have been and was focused on the fans, that maybe he didn't see you, maybe he did, I'm not going to, take sides on this one, but that Bruno's position is he didn't snub you so much as he was spending his time, with the fans and, signing autographs and doing that sort of thing.
Well,
my job isn't to make excuses for Bruno Sammartino.
There was a lot of time the guys were hanging out in the bar, the guys were eating, the guys were there way before the fans were there to set up. Mm-hmm. There's things the fans don't know about.
I understand. No, I know. Believe me, some of the best times and most interesting times in wrestling is, the times in the dressing room. You and I have talked about that 1,000 times. It's just some of the best fun is just being with the fellas.
Well, it's weird. I mean, it's the best fun and it's the best fights.
Yeah, that's for sure. One more thing, Larry. You, the proud native son of Pennsylvania. Bruno Sammartino, the proud native son of Pennsylvania. Coincidence or not, this event to take place in, Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, in your home state. Does that matter? Does that bring special significance to the event?
Well, yeah, it does to me. I mean, I'm kind of a nostalgic guy. I mean, I guess after you see the world change the way we did, you wish you could have the generation of today enjoy some of the calmer life of yesteryear. But I enjoy doing the nostalgia shows and meeting the fans, and this is nostalgia to me too. It's a historic area too, so it all kind of makes sense, like it was meant to be.
Yeah.
Sort of like my destiny was.
Your destiny was never in question. Your destiny was never in question.
Well, when you was 13, it is.
Well, all right, I guess so. We're going to find out where your destiny leads, August 26th, 27th, 28th. And now, are you wrestling Diamond Dallas Page? I'm a little confused on how...
Yeah, Diamond Dallas Page was shooting off his mouth and says, "Oh, get in the ring and defend the honor of Bruno." And glory hound geek. So you know what?
Yeah.
As long as so much of the world is going to be watching this, I think it's a perfect opportunity to embarrass Diamond Dallas Page right in front of my mentor. Oh. And then see what happens with him.
Okay, all right. Look, I'm not a promoter. I'm not going to make matches, and I'm not here to cause trouble. I'm just here to talk to you, Larry. And
just say that the living legend is ready to go at all times.
well, that was always the way it was. I'm glad to know that's the way it is.
I was so much better than Diamond Dallas Page. He should be embarrassed to get in the ring.
Well, first of all, the one thing, there is a similarity between you and Bruno. The build. I mean, both of you, this incredible torso. I mean, boy, your
I tell you,
chest.
brother, I did the Bruno workout, and it was like the first 2 hours was just on chest.
I can imagine.
In fact, when I started, I was 18 years young. I was 21 or 22 when I hit my best. I did 465 pounds.
Oh boy!
And I only weighed 240. And Bruno, who was 18 years older, he still must have been, I don't know, close to 4. He was still doing 505.
Oh man! You guys.
He only weighed 240.
You guys were thick, and I mean that in a good way. I mean, Larry Zbyszko and Bruno Sammartino, you're all the way thick. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, check it out, LarryZbyszko.com. And you can learn more about Wrestle Reunion, too, by going to WrestleReunion.com. Ledge, looking forward to it, pal. I will...
Well, Leah, look forward to seeing you, the fans, and my mentor.
Well, yes. Let's just say we'll all be there. Living legend, thanks a lot, pal. Look forward to seeing you in PA.
All right. Take care, Lee.
Thanks, Larry.
Hey guys, my name is James Walsh, and you are listening to the Wrestling Epicenter here on YouTube. I want to thank you for finding us. Please do me a favor and click that subscribe button and the notifications bell. And if you get the chance on this video, click the like button. If you do, it'll turn blue. Check it out. Also, check out WrestlingEpicenter.com for all this great content available in MP3 format, our online store that'll keep us going free and clear, daily news updates, as well as all the information from the history of professional wrestling you could possibly ever want. Check out WrestlingEpicenter.com online right now. Without any delay, let's get to your interview here on the Wrestling Epicenter.